with you, and I'm here for a second part of my card making using a recycled birthday card. And we've got all of these images left, so we're just gonna go ahead and start playing. It's another day, and I figured it would be fun to continue this since I had all the items still on my desk. So let's get going. Let's start off the timer and just start making cards. So let's go with this one that I had already started to put the stickles on. And I think I'm gonna do a scallop square around it. So maybe this one would be a good one to put around. And so let's figure out which color we want the background to be. So we could use green, we could use yellow. Okay, I have some yellow. That could be fun. Let's see. Would this be good with this green? Could even do a bit of white underneath, so that if I put a sentiment it would go with it. Okay, so I'm thinking I want to go with this. And then we'll cut out the green using my die before we glue, so that I'm not wasting any of the cardboard. So there's that. And then I'm gonna do the yellow. So I'm gonna do the die cut. So bring my big shot on the table. Whoops, on the table. Use the center of this so that it doesn't show. I'm gonna have to figure out which sentiment I'm gonna use, because I might use a die for the sentiment as well. And if I do so, I might want to have the sentiment be lined or something, and then I might use the inside of this. So let's see. If you don't have dies, you could use an X-Acto knife to cut out the middle part of your cardboard. It just makes it easier if you do have dies. And you know, like if we've got tools, we should use them. That's my thoughts on this. So something like that. I could put, I've got this here. Maybe I should put this underneath like that and put the sentiment on top. And then maybe I could use, I have some flowers, I could use a green one. It's too close to whatever. There's a white one. I have this green one too, that's very pretty. Maybe this one would be pretty. I'll have, like, I think I prefer that one. Do I prefer that or this? I think that. Okay, so I've got all of that done. Let's figure out which sentiments I want to use. Could be thought of you, or just a note. Maybe just a note. Oops, I have one that's already cut, so let's use that one. That works out well. So I'm just gonna cut this and okay, so then I can cut this to the right size. So it needs to, if I hadn't glued my paper down, I would have been able to just cut it, like glue it on the yellow and then cut it, but it's glued down, so just have to do it this way instead. And these cards that I'm creating, I'm gonna put them for my friend for her Christmas gift. Trying to get quite a few cards done and different types, you know, so that she has a selection whenever she has some sort of something that she needs to send a card to. Realize that one type of card that I don't usually give her is sympathy cards. But it just feels weird to give that as a gift. Because I don't want to wish her I don't want to wish that she needs them. Does it make sense? Like, it doesn't feel like the right type of card to give. But then again, you know, like these are the type of cards that you do need to have on hand. But anyway, like I said, I just don't feel like it's a nice message to send as a gift. Okay, and I'm just gonna add some stickles to the wings. Finish off what I had started by bumping this into the previous card. And I think that finishes this one quite nicely. And I'm using the stuff that's lying on my desk, which is always a good thing. Okay, so for the next one, we could use any of these. Let's use this one again so that we use the dies first. It didn't quite line up my cardstock well. Okay, and then there's some purplish flower here, so I'm thinking that this could be really pretty with this. Like, look how good that feels. And so maybe the color that I should go with would be blue. I also have the purple, but I could go with purple, but I feel like it's too much purple, and it would be better if I use blue as my, yeah, that would really pop, make it pop. Okay, so I want to do it that way because the other card, they're going to be bigger, except for this one, but these two are going to be bigger, so they're probably going to have to go that way. And I do want to have like a selection of different type of things, so I think I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to do a similar layout as the previous one, except I'm going to use the scallop circle to do this. Okay, and then I'm gonna need to use my scallop circle on this, but I'm also thinking that it'd be nice to have the blue, like multiple layers, so maybe I'm gonna use the blue as well. But the once if I do that though, because it's going to be the purple that's going to cover the hole in the blue, I just need to make sure that I know exactly where it's going to be located so that I don't use a section that's going to be needed after. Might not be making sense, but I will in a second when I explain it to you. So let's say I'm gonna decide how I want it. So if I say I decided here, then I could do my scallop on this, like right here, because the purple is gonna cover the hole. So I believe I'm gonna do it here. I'm just gonna make my circle so that I align it properly. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the scallop. So let's say I was to use this one, then can I use, this is the same as that, but this one would be the one inside it, right? Yeah. So this would have to be the blue, and this would have to be the purple. So for the purple, we just need to use in the middle. The section that's going to be covered fully. So there's that. And then I'm going to take this here, and I need to put this like right there, because then this is going to be put on top. Hopefully I didn't mess up. If I did, then I'll just have to use another piece of paper, but I would prefer not to have to waste a whole big piece. But, you know, it's only paper, so if I mess up, I'm not gonna go crazy. Just have to think these things through before you start assembling your card, because once it's glued down, then forget it. You're not gonna unglue it to cut out a section of it. If you're doing it this way also, it makes your card weigh less. Not that it makes that much of a difference, because I don't think this card would be would have problems, but you know, depending on where you're shipping it and what type of card you're making, like it might, in some cases, maybe it would have an impact. Okay, so here we go. And then I would do this and that, and then put this inside here. I'm just going to erase my pencil mark just in case my image is not perfectly aligned. Okay, so this would be that. Now I do have some yellow, so I could do the same type of thing that I did with the other one and use a piece of my yellow. I have regular yellow and I have this type of yellow. I feel like that's too much on top. I have that side that I could use, but I kind of like this yellow. So what if I was to put my sentiment here? And what type of flowers can I put? There's too much blue on blue. Not feeling it. Maybe the purple? I put purple. Should I just put my sentiment on a purple strip and forget about the yellow? Because I feel like the yellow just maybe is too much. Or I put purple and then the sentiment on yellow. So many decisions. And as I said in previous videos, there's no right or wrong on this. It's how you feel about the card. Guess it depends on the sentiment that I put. If it's something big or if it's something small. Could be just a hello, or it could be a thought of you. So let's use the thought of you and see which way I prefer it. So let's say like thought of you. You know, something like that. And obviously it's going to be cut. Yeah, I think I like that. So I'm going to go for ahead with this. Okay, so I'm just going to cut, glue this down here. And then this on top. And I love all the layers. And you saw like we've only used 2 pieces of paper. But it looks like a lot more layers because of the fact that we've cut it out, you know? So I'm going to put it as an angle, the butterfly. So that's just ideas for you to put into practice. If you don't have a circle die, you can obviously use covers of jars and things like that. That would be a good idea. Or one of those things that you use to trace circles. Okay, so any time I make cards using dies, it's always longer, and this is no different. But it's fun to use my tools, as I've said. I've got them, and it's been many years since I've used them. Like I really don't use them much anymore. One thing too that I'm thinking of, I want to try to use again, are some punches. I have some beautiful punch for borders and all kinds of stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one who has them, and those were really expensive at the time I purchased them, but I don't use them much anymore, so I should do that. And I'm also thinking of using some of my scissors. I have also a bunch of different scissors that I had, and that have shapes, and I haven't used those either in quite a long time, so those would be fun as well. I believe we're only going to have time to make another card, so we could use it in this shape, but I'm thinking I want to use it this way. For this one, what color do we want to use? I could use the blue. Underneath, or let's see, do I have something else here? I have a big piece of yellow or something like that. That's a file folder. I believe that would be very pretty. And then maybe we can use, I have orange. for the orange butterfly. It'd be a really bright and cheerful card. I feel like it would be really pretty. And then maybe maybe for the, I would put white underneath this. Okay, I'm thinking that's what I want to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go for it, and cut this so. And then just glue this down. And I have some rectangles, scallop rectangles, or I have this one with this one. That would hide completely my orange, which is not what I want. Would this one work? Not really. So let's see, what about my rectangular one? It's again gonna hide a big chunk of the orange, but I think it would be pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna try that out. Run this through. Put that away. And I think for this one, I'm not going to put any sentiments on it because the it's going to take a big chunk of the card anyway. So let's glue this down. And this way it could be used for anything. You need those cards too, the ones that don't have any sentiments, and that can be used for any sort of occasion. Okay, I think I'm just gonna slightly cut it a little bit more, just a tad. Just so that you see a little bit more of the edge. Yeah, like that. And do I want to add a flower? It could be a nice touch. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Flower is not necessarily the best of, like, it's a nice pop of color. I'm just wondering if I should put a blue one instead, like one blue one like that. Or I go with the punch. I think I'm gonna go with the punch. It just, like I said, it's personal preference. Everybody's choice is going to be different, and that's okay. And we still have enough. We still have 2 more cutouts that I could use in another video. So I might put those away and use them when I make another card making video using some recycled cards, because I still have these 2. This is pretty impressive. Making, so far I've made 5 cards out of that 1 card, and I still have 2 other ones. So I'm looking forward to knowing which one you prefer. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this series and that it's giving you some ideas of what to use. If you're looking for sentiments, I have them in my Etsy store, so go and check out the digital downloads. And that's it for me for today. Love you guys so much. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.